pectoral, rude. Hello and welcome to another episode of Amputee Adele starring Amputee Adele, 2 coaches, 1 leg, that's the method. Hello guys, and welcome to the last video, my Amputee Adele's last video of 2022, the last video of the year, and boy, it's been a year. What I'm going to talk to you guys about today is my biggest skateboarding regrets of 2022. So let's have them. Number 1, not learning to fall properly. Now, most of you may or may not be aware that I do fall a lot in my videos, yeah. And I find that it probably would have been a good idea at this point now that I've hit myself quite a few times, to actually have learned how to fall in the first place, i.e. how to roll out and things like that. And also, once you've done that, you lose the fear of falling. What I'm really bad or have been bad for in the past is literally getting on the board, going out, and then I get this thing in my head, I don't want to fall over, to not look like an idiot, and then as a result of not wanting to fall over, you end up stiffer, and you end up falling over and hurt yourself, or you're trying to stop yourself from falling over. And to be honest, that's how I've hurt my shoulder and my rotator cuff so much. I was trying to stop myself from falling by just letting the crutches, where if I just let it go, and just let it roll out like that, and just sort of learn to basically absorb the force. It's a really, really super important one, and it's massively overlooked. And especially because this year I've been doing harder tricks, learning more tricks than I had in previous years. The opportunity to fall and hit myself has been much greater. Exhibit A. Still got a broken, mangled finger, kind of actually ruined my fingers, but that's another regret. Number 2, not getting things checked out. So if you actually hurt yourself when you're skateboarding and you have a medical problem, it's probably a good idea to go and get it checked out. Now, silly me, this is a classic example. I've done many of these sort of things, but this is probably the most recent, so it's the most pointed one. But I have quite a messed up finger. I broke it about 3 weeks ago by falling and landing with my hands like that in the ground. I've got the crutches on. I was just actually before I started learning a trick for a skate video, which I will put the card for up there. But just before filming, I fell over, fingers to the ground, and I think I broke and or dislocated my finger. I don't think it actually did dislocate. Anyway, I wiggled around and I thought, oh, there's no point going back to it. There's no point going to A&E. It's just a completely pointless type of thing. They'll just take things together. It's no big deal. So that's exactly what I did. And then it wasn't until about a week and a half, 2 weeks later, the finger was really hurting anyway, but I noticed the skin felt kind of odd, and then I realised the inside of both of the fingers, so that finger there down to there on the inside, and on that finger there on the inside, so the top of the skin there, the nail, and the nail itself are completely dead. I could get a pin, I poke it with a pin, and it didn't hurt. I was oh. So it's difficult to know when to draw the line, because I know as skaters we're always hurting ourselves, so we have to learn to become a good, learn to look out in your own body for signs of wear and tear that aren't normal for you, and things hurting and far too long on my shoulder. That was probably should have been the first one on the list about medical problems that I ignored for far too long, because I really just thought the videos would just be really angry and they tell me to give up skateboarding my way, or to skip, just full stop, and they weren't like that at all, and it actually turned out to be a big surprise. Unfortunately, this week hasn't worked yet, and that's ongoing, but I just think to myself, oh man, if I'd actually take the time to go to the physio in the first place, get it sorted in the first place, then I wouldn't have been left, and I might not have been so much pain as I am now. But as it is, I didn't, and that's my own fault. And now I think a lot of skateboarders will have a story for you of at least one injury that they probably should have got checked out. It's usually an ankle or a knee injury or something like that, and it's it's not quite serious enough that we're completely destroyed by it, so you can just about kind of sneak past and carry on with it. So that's kind of dangerous in a way, because then that means you just don't to get it checked out, and then it's niggles on. And me and my finger, I was ringing my doctors this morning. I was yeah, but then it happened a few weeks ago. Did anyone do anything about it? Does an orthopedic surgeon need to reset my finger? I don't know. And then everything else going on my health, it seemed very insignificant. So if none fingers it is, there's not fingers it is, but yeah. I don't know, it's a good question, but like that's probably going against my own advice already. But in 2023, I would like to think I could be a bit better at recognising the need to seek medical attention when it's actually appropriate. And tap to that again, we've got number 3, and that's resting my body. Now, I just classically all out of me, especially making up for the time when I couldn't skate, like 8 years where I was sitting in my wheelchair. I want every day to be skateboard day, and I'm actually 35. I can't skate every single damn day, especially with crutches, especially being a wheelchair user and all the other problems of disability and health problems I have in my life. So taking time between the sessions to recover has been one of my biggest regrets in 2022, and that led to my shoulder injury. If I'd actually taken the time to give that shoulder injury the chance to heal, then maybe it wouldn't be as bad as it is now. So on the days when you're not skating, doing something maybe like yoga, I'm always doing exercise because I'm in my wheelchair and I'm always taking the dog out, pushing, that type of thing, but doing maybe more yoga, calisthenics, maybe doing some gentle weight training, that type of thing. Just things that generally involve and just light body work, but like, you know, stretching and yoga I think is a really great example. I know I love doing a bit of stretching. You really get into it, you know, you can massively increase your flexibility, which I think really massively increases the chances on loads of different tricks, which I will talk about in future videos. But yeah, number 4, not practicing the flat ground tricks, because I just got really excited and I wanted to like learn the most tricks I could learn. So I apart from like the first few sort of things I started learning, like once I'd learned to like get the board off the ground a bit and ollie, I'd be honest, I sort of neglected it far more than I should have done, and most of this year as well in a way. And then recently started embarking on a skate challenge, which I will tell you about soon. And yeah, like I wish that I'd actually taken the time to do that sooner, because my other regret is not practicing my ollies nearly enough, and that again has led to me, like, you know, now that I have started working on them loads and loads more, my technique is so much better. But like anything, if you don't like it and you're not very good at it, we tend to push into the background. So for you it might be a different trick. But my biggest regret, or one of my biggest regrets in 2022 in skateboarding, is not practicing my ollies enough and my flat ground tricks. The final thing is not skating switch sooner, and I mean that for the purpose of my shoulder. I wish I'd started learning to skate switch sooner. It gives me a chance to give my shoulder a rest and gives me a chance to skate a different way. Some tricks are so much easier in switch, but I just thought, oh no, I won't be able to do that, you know. So I held myself back. So if you're at that stage where you can roll and ride around on the board and you learn to ollie and maybe like shoves and that type of stuff, then you need to maybe have a look at trying to learn switch, because I feel like there's no point, there's no time where it's realistically too soon to start learning, other than maybe when you still have to learn how to ride board. Daddy outside. But yeah, I certainly regret not trying to learn switch sooner. Like now I'm realising that I could have to skate switch a lot more to help my shoulder. So like naturally I am not a goofy skater, but by default of how things have become with my shoulder now, I started doing a lot of tricks that way, and I'm certainly not regretting it. Okay guys, so there you have it, my top 5 skateboarding regrets of 2022. Bonus ones there as well, and let's not end on a negative note. Let's not live by regret. These are just like some things that I've kind of treated myself. I'm not being down on negative myself, but by recognising these negativities or negative traits in myself, or things that I've ignored or neglected, regrets that I can actually put forward into 2023 and implement to help make my skateboarding better. Because that's the whole point. At the end of the day, using my adult brain, I'm able to actually analyse my skating performance and how I learn tricks in a more sort of functional manner than I could when I was younger. I didn't even sort of look at it like that really when I was younger. I just sort of did whatever I fancied. I didn't really dedicate enough time on one trick to get good at it. I just sort of did a few goes, moved on to something else, moved on to something else, moved on to something else. Attention deficit me. This is the last video of 2022. It's been an incredible year, minus the 3 months, the 12 weeks from March to June where I couldn't skateboard because of my back surgery. Link that video there. I got a little bit sort of overboard and a bit overexcited when I kendama, which also helped ruin my shoulder, so I've had to like tone back my kendama playing quite a bit now. So for those of you who are wondering why no kendama videos anymore. At the moment, that's just the way it is, and I've got so much stuff that I've recorded from my skateboarding that yeah, I've got enough footage to keep bringing out forever really. So yeah, plenty of videos to come along the way. As usual, if you like this type of content, you can show your appreciation by hitting the like button. And if you're interested in watching more of these type of videos, you can always hit my subscribe button and hit the notification bell. I drop a video usually every weekend on a Saturday or a Sunday. So if you hit the notification bell, you'll get a notification every time I drop a video. And how many times can you say notification in one sentence? That many times. So yeah. Also, if you've got regrets or tips or sort of things that you've learned this year in skateboarding, comment below. Let me know what what was your biggest regret in skateboarding this year. Have you got any skateboard resolutions for 2023? Things that you'd like to do better, things you'd like to improve at. Have you got a trick list perhaps? I know exactly what I'm working on, and I've got a video that's coming out to you guys very soon. Tomorrow's the last day of 2022, or today as it actually is, because you're watching this video on Saturday. I'm recording from the future or from the past. Hello! This is Friday, tomorrow Saturday. It's the last day of 2022 and the last day of my challenge, and I can't wait to reveal to you guys what happened. And yeah, but my progression this year, I've really enjoyed it. I've really enjoyed skating. I forgot to say, this is my bonus regret, which I can add to the other list probably when I do my editing. But yeah, biggest regret, not skating with others until I finally got to the skate park. I think it was like August or September time, and I finally started skating with others, and then bumping into a load of the crew from the Shrewsbury skateboarders. So I'll put a little link to there in the Instagram down. I can never remember what it's called, but these guys were really sick and just really fun to be around, and made me realise how important it is, to actually spend time with others skating. I am a bit of an introvert in that respect, so I do like to spend time on myself, and I get quite focused on what I'm doing. I'm quite self-motivated, so I don't need like other people to hype me up, but it's just a really good experience to skate with others, and nothing else from a social experience that makes you feel quite nice to actually have friends. But yeah, 3 cheers everybody for a fantastic and awesome 2023. A happy and healthy 2023, and to hopefully finding out what's wrong with my health and all these problems, and hopefully things are getting a bit better. But yeah, all we've got to do is just keep doing what we do, because you've got to worry less and skate more. I've got this, you've got this. 2 crutches, 1 leg, maximum effort, and a carburetor ripper skateboard. Well, love guys, and I'll see you next year. Cheers, fam. Peace, fam. One love. Don't get too warm. Yeah, that's all, folks. Good. What's the word? Ciao for now. Boom, boom, boom. Hang on, babe. I'll be there now. Just give me a second. Yeah, give me a minute. I'm just recording. Give me 1 second. And what I'm going to talk what I'm going to talk to you guys about today is my biggest regrets, my biggest skateboard. Hang on. Start again. Oh, my brain's completely gone. Oh, the house pulling faces at me through the window.